Hey everybody, it's Glenn back in this video to answer a number of recent requests for more WWE video reviews. So here are a trio of Mattel's created WWE Superstar sets. These consist of the Rocker set.
What?
No guys, I said Rocker, not Rockers.
No.
The Gladiator set and the Lucha set. And as we now look at the packaging back, in addition to those sets, smaller individual WWE Superstar sets featuring The Rock, John Cena, Bray Wyatt and Hulk Hogan are available. And if the pictured dismembered limbs have you scratching your head, worry thee not, as these are easy to connect, mix and match parts. Yep, this is Mattel's WWE line jumping on the bandwagon begun with Hasbro's Marvel superhero mashers, where you could interchange the parts of their various characters. And with that interchangeability, we have as the packaging trumpets endless possibilities. Really, the only limit is your imagination or your tolerance for just how goofy you want your action figures to look. Let's kick it off with the Rocker set. He comes out of the package like this, half assembled, with us having to attach the parts. So let's check the mechanics of that. Yep, you can wrestle it on pretty easily, and the joint still retains the articulation there. Let's put on his arm. And yep, once in, this maintains the articulation. It rotates and hinges up and down. Now we need to attach the lower leg. Once on there, yep, that rotates at the joint, and then the foot there hinges, and there is also a hinge in the knee, so it has all the articulation of a standard Mattel's wrestling figure. Speaking of which, here he is standing side by side with a basic series John Cena. Stands a fair bit taller than him, so he's probably height-wise shoulder to shoulder with, say, Kane. Taking a closer look, and I really like the head sculpt on this Rocker guy. It's got a menacing street goon look about it. Looks like someone who Judge Dredd should be arresting in the pages of the 2000 AD comic book. Plus, his mohawk is removable to reveal, a baby mohawk underneath. Isn't that cute? And a bit weird, I thought at first, but then I realized you can remove it so you can wrestle the parts on top of his head, such as this mask cum helmet, which I believe originally came packed with a WWE Elite Kane back when before Kane just wore boring business suits. Then the head itself pops off quite easily, and we'll do that so we can slip on these spiked shoulder pads. Yep, it's time for a Mad Max makeover, which also requires the addition of these mean looking gauntlets. And he comes with these matching boots, so we need to swap out each of the lower legs and then swap these boots in. Finally, to complete this look, let's pop his head back on, and there, what a rush! The Legion of Doom have just gained a third member, as this Creator Superstar shoulder pads and gauntlets are a sneaky reuse of those that came with the WWE Elite Legion of Doom. Hawk there on the left of the screen, Animal on the right, and in the middle, Rocker? I guess if we're inducting him into the Legion of Doom, we could think of a better name. Do so in the comments below. Then what with using Kane's helmet slash mask, it seems logical that Kane himself would follow, so we get an interchangeable Kane head. Let's pop that on. Then pop this hood on, because we're taking a stab at a second look. Let's remove his arm so we can easily slide on this long jacket. You can see there the fastener for it is a big creepy skull. Let's pop his arms back in. And like this, I guess he is whatever your imagination wants him to be. To me, he's an evil cleric from before the dawn of time, when sorcery powered the planet. And keep your imagination to hand, as here's the Gladiator set. And I really like this head sculpt too. It blends an ancient Greek centurion's helmet with a nightmarish vision of the future. Then we get this piece. It's made of a softer, pliable plastic, but it's sculpted to look like raggedy fabric with a metallic waistband, emblazoned with a skull on the front. It's a bit of a pain in the behind to fasten on, but there. And then he comes with this shield, also emblazoned with a skull. Guess it's appropriate area. After all, gladiators were there to hack their opponent life from limb. Fits into his hand pretty well, it's a decent size. It's a shame he didn't come with a sword or a battle axe in this set though, isn't it? Clearly our gladiator here hasn't heard the saying, the best defense is a good offense. Then we can swap out these fur-trimmed boots for these bare-toed, bandaged feet. Plus, unlike the Rocker, the Gladiator set comes with not just an interchangeable head, but an interchangeable torso, featuring Triple H. Let's swap that in. Triple H always suits a kind of Conan Hercules look, doesn't he? But let's tear his head off, not only because I get sick and tired of looking at the guy's face, but also so we can swap in this cape. And let's pop on back the gladiator's head. There, that's pretty cool. If you want a generic gladiator figure, this is your set, or generic gladiator parts to customize another figure, here you go. Oh, and I nearly forgot this part. So many parts and so little brain space I have to comprehend them. It's a shoulder armor piece, fits snugly over the shoulder like that. Moving on to our final set, which is the Lucha one, Lucha Libre being a Mexican style of wrestling known for its high-flying maneuvers, and as such it's probably appropriate when it comes to high-flying that this is basically a Birdman. He's got feathered legs and looks a bit like DC Comics Hawkman, even more so when I bring in his set of wings. They're mounted to a harness which needs to be strapped around the figure's torso. Pretty sure the wings are from a DC Universe Classics Hawkman. That series also being made by Mattel, so they do have access to that mold. It features hinged wings, and then they're also articulated in the back so they can flap back and forth. Let's pop off his Hawkman style head so we can place on this blue feathered shoulder piece. Probably should have put it on before I put that harness on there thinking about it, but perhaps when we pop the next head on, that'll keep it in position. And that head is Rey Mysterio. Who else with this being the Lucha set? He's probably the most notable person to bring the Lucha Libre style to American wrestling, and I've heard a rumor he might just be returning to the WWE soon. But if Rey Mysterio, literally taken to the air as some kind of weird amalgam superhero, is too much for your puritanical WWE brain to handle, don't worry, he does come with interchangeable parts so that we can swap in to form more of a standard Rey Mysterio-ish action figure. But this is a momentary respite, as get ready, here we go again. We're jumping the shark when it comes to his accessories. And I say that as firstly he comes with Jake Roberts' King Cobra, not that I mind, but why? Then his second accessory sticks firmly to WWE legends, it's the Honky Tonk Man's guitar. Why these two accessories? I don't know, the mind boggles, but digging deep to come up with a scenario to use them both. Well, you've heard of snake charming, right? I do believe snake charmers typically play some kind of pipe. Maybe Ray can do it with a guitar. Hit it, Ray. Well, I don't think you'll be topping the charts, but it seems to have done the trick. Oh, and I haven't even had a chance yet to mention the tattoo sheets that each of them come with. They can be applied to the figure by using a damp cloth. I won't be applying them to any of mine as I just like the look without them, but as we look at the packaging back, you can see various tattoos scattered across these here. So I do know some wrestling figure collectors will look down their noses at these Creator Superstar sets, but I have to say for me they represent the most fun I've had reviewing toys since I don't know when. I think for some who wouldn't normally give wrestling figures a second look, they could find some value here. Whether that be accessories from these sets they can co-opt into other toy lines they collect, or with parts that they can use in their own custom projects. For me, there's just something about these sets that sparks the imagination, I think both for the young and for me, the young at heart. So stay tuned as I'm going to be so in on the Zombie Undertaker set when that releases, hopefully in time for Halloween appropriately. Anyway, if you missed my previous WWE figure review, click the video on the right. It featured Nikki and Brie in a 2-in-1 review. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye.